Hello, 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 friends. I'm kind of in HD now. I have been fiddling with the camera, and the microphone audio keeps fucking changing on its own, and I don't know why. Like, Sunday's microphone was so loud, and then now it's, like, fine. I don't know what's happening. Foreground. Slay. Hello, thank you for all the baps. For all the bongos. Appreciate you all being here. Deviant, one of our mods. Thank you for 22 months, my friend.
A show of generosity from my most favored nephew. Your gift is mightily appreciated. I'll just go ahead and add it to the pile.
Heck yeah, Andrew. We can show that pride. The Diamorc flag can yeeteth. And we will put a rainbow flag in place. Unless if you had another flag that you wanted instead, Andrew. But we can do that. Thank you for redeeming Show Your Pride. That's why I started the rats in the first place, was I saw a friend on their stream have a pride changing icon on his overlay. And then I'm like, I want to do something similar. And we're the rats. So I made rats. And I have a shit ton of them. So, what was the green pride rat? I've not seen that one. That was the Diamorc pride rat. I'll put it back up on the screen real quick. I forget the definition off the top of my head, but I will look at it right now real quick. Please don't open Discover. I don't want to, no, I don't want to pin it. No, stop, go away. Diamorc. Diamorc is generally considered an umbrella term referring to the attractions experienced by non-binary individuals that cannot be described as same gender or other gender, straight or gay. As an identity word for non-binary people, it can be used to describe their sexual or romantic orientations rather than being a specific orientation term of its own or used to describe their relationships. Some non-binary people use it to emphasize their own gender identity and their attractions or relationships with other non-binary people. For instance, someone who is gender fluid and bisexual might describe themselves as a diamorc bisexual. Diamorc can also describe relationships in which one or more of the partners is non-binary, including relationships where one of the members is binary. You can find more information here on the wiki. Again, it is an emergent term, and I think they are changing the wiki. Like, they're migrating it over to a different wiki that's going to be a lot more, like, they're going to try to fact check more often and stuff. But that is where I was reading from. But thank you, Andrew, for redeeming that. I love when people redeem the Show Your Pride, because, like, if I don't have it, also, we find out that the rats are not lined up. The rats are not created equal. The rats are not lined up with each other. That I learned by having to try and copy paste it. That's why I only have one rat showing at a time. But I love when people redeem it, especially because, like, especially if it's an identity like I don't have, then it's a very good excuse for me to make it. I know I'm missing Two-Spirit. Two-Spirit is one I don't have. And there's a couple of other ones that, like, people have asked me to make bracelets of that I want to make stickers of at some point. But yes, Andrew, if you wanted something different from the rainbow one, just let me know. Because I assumed rainbow because that's what you put in the description. But Devian, thank you for being here for 22 months. I appreciate you very much. And Susie, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the 28. Yes, so what actually happened is when I was undoing all of my USB cords, and had to replug in the Bluetooth part for my headset, OBS needed to be reset for my headset. And I changed the setting last stream on Sunday, but it needed OBS to restart, so it wasn't until I opened OBS today when I realized, like, oh, I can actually hear sounds now. So hopefully on Saturday is when I'll be doing all the things with my coworkers helping me, and we'll be able to get everything set up for the standing desk. I'm so excited for the standing desk. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Do you want to hear more sounds? Maybe. I'm interested.
Fill him with gold. Fill him with gold.
Susie, thank you for the bit. Thank you for the 100 biddies. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm so excited for the standing desk. My office has been like a little bit messy. Also, because like they had to come and spray down my windowsill because there's ants getting in. Like the little tiny baby ants, so it's not like that bad. But like I'm gonna clean off the windowsill. This is gonna get pushed into that corner to make room for the desk, because the desk is slightly bigger lengthwise and also widthwise, which I was not expecting. Which actually will be really nice. I'll have more space on my desk. We hate ants. We do hate ants. I leave the little baby ones though, so like they're not like, and they're not fire ants or red ants or anything. They're like little tiny baby ants, so it's kind of okay. We get like the red ants at my office at work, like especially during the springtime. They just seep their way in through a crack somewhere in the infrastructure. They get all over my desk, and it's like, bleh. Not like all over my desk, but I'll see like an occasional one crawling around, and I have to snuff it out with a tissue, because if I touch it myself, like my fingy will burn. Boo ants, stay outside. But we love DV ants. Yes, Oz knows what's up. We love DV ants. The most satisfying things to do with ants is to make an aluminum statue out of their nest. Oh yeah. But I appreciate you all being here. I think I said hello to everybody who came in. But I hope y'all's week went well. I haven't seen y'all since Sunday. We finished Act 1 of Spider-Man 1 Remastered, which has really kick-started the plot. I haven't had a chance to play any of it this week, just because like I've been busy with going to work 3 days in a row, and then like I had like some other stuff today for work. But I'm excited to dive back into it. Keeping in mind the upcoming... Oh. That is, not the size it's supposed to be. You should know that I am trying to migrate. Great peak. Hello. I peek. I peek behind the schedule. I'm staying here long enough for someone to get a screenshot of this, because this is a moment in time. Fry summa cum laude. Or the fucking song from my music history class. Ski. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay. So I'm officially switching. I'm trying to switch everything out of Adobe. So some of the graphics might change, which means they might change size and dimensions, as what happened with this one. So, Friday, so tomorrow, around 2-ish hours earlier than whatever time is for you right now, we will be live watching the Summer Games Fest, and we do have bingo cards. I mean, you can make your own bingo card and play along. Like, there's not gonna be prizes or anything, but like, I thought it would be fun to make a bingo card. Shout out to Susie for coming up with that idea. And I will show you mine and Susie's bingo cards, because her bingo card is much better than mine. Sunday, we will continue with Spider-Man 1 Remastered. Monday is most likely playing the demo of Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island, and maybe play some Dredge afterwards. And then Tuesday is going to be an earlier stream, so around 2 p.m. Eastern time, with James playing Dead by Daylight, as part of his 30 Days of Pride Month stream thing. So I'll be on his channel. I'll probably co-stream it to mine, because it should work now. James, our beloved. But yeah, I'll show you the bingo cards. I'm assuming Susie gives me full permission. Thank you. Right, Peak. Thank you. Let's see. Let me open these in browser. I'll show mine first. Mine is more disappointing. Okay. So I am not going to do a 30-second ad break. I'm going to do that and that. Okay. So I don't think I can zoom in. Can I? Oh, I can. Okay. So this is mine. I went with the less Mimi route. Susie went more on the Mimi route. And we'll go over these tomorrow too. Wait, no, yours was actually really good. I actually had to think hard. I had to think hard. So, going from columns left to right, so we got Hades 2 release date, something from Naughty Dog, something from mobile games, GTA 6 trailer, Plague Tale something. That is a hopeful wish. I don't think we're going to get anything for Plague Tale, but one can dream. Shoehorned Happy Pride thing, Senua's Saga post-launch trailer, Dead by Daylight new chapter, something from Hoyoverse, which is Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, something within that verse. Something from Bethesda, Dave the Diver update, Alan Wake 2 DLC, obviously the Free Space's Jeff Keighley, Cassie and Frank Stone trailer, Star Wars Outlaws trailer, Slime Rancher 2 release, overtly gay / queer thing in a game, esports mention, Assassin's Creed game, Overwatch / Valorant / Apex mention, Kojima reference / Death Stranding 2, God of War Ragnarok PC reminder, Nintendo reference, some sort of clip show, and Marvel's Blade release date. So that one was mine. Then we have Susie's, which I also really like Susie's. Kojima, anything from FromSoft, anything Dark Souls, Elden Ring related, which we might get because of the Shadows of Erdtree demo is coming, or game is coming out shortly, or the DLC, not game. Didn't MS Paint our beloved, yes. More on the Marvel game plus, so Blade, which is online. Just Dance. I swear if I don't hear Ben start promoting something ... Disappointment. Stray 2. Oh shit, he's hot moment. I would give anything to have Evolu's Duality mentioned. Sony shows what was in their showcase. 40 minutes of ads. New COD game announced. You have to define new on that one. Jeff Keighley, Free Space. I have never heard of that person. A new Nier game. Shit jokes. Another 1 hour of Fortnite. A line of sports game announced, which we might get because there is a new sport game coming out soon that my coworkers keep talking about. Come on, Alan Wake DLC next Springs, yeah. Cringe. Spider-Man 2 DLC. Ubisoft only promotes Assassin's Creed. Which, yeah, unless if they're secretly working on another Far Cry game, that's probably what's going to end up happening. No Nintendo already, you can cross this off already. Sam Lake sighting. I lose my absolute shit when something I like is announced. So you are more than welcome to make a thing like that if you would like, but you're not obligated to. I just thought it would be fun to do so. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Appreciate you all being here. So that will be Friday. We'll be doing all of that stuff. Tonight we're gonna be checking out the demo again for any Hey Gamers type of event. I think cringe is a guarantee, honestly. No, you're totally right though, because like I think we saw it during the Game Awards. Like they're trying to make jokes that appeal to gamers, but they just don't land. Like some people I think get it, like some presenters get it, but not all of them. Cringe and disappointment go hand in hand, honestly. True. I mean, you have to kind of wait on disappointment because, like, if something you want announced isn't announced, that, like, you're half expecting to be announced. Hello, fellow gamers. How do you do, fellow gamers? Sup, gamers? How do you do, my fellow, keyboard warriors? But we shall see. I'm excited. Apparently, from what I've read on the Holy Grail of Twitter, is that this showcase is going to be focusing more on games that we already know are coming out and not so much on things that we haven't heard of yet. That's why mine is very much, like, focusing on games that, like, we know are coming or, like, have early access or something of the sort. That's why mine is focused in the way that it is. But I do like the ones that Susie has on hers. I still love the tweet that said, "Can Jeff lower me into my grave one more time so he can disappoint me one last time? Let me down so I can anything but disappointment." We shall see, we shall see. So we'll be doing a watch party of that tomorrow night. Or tomorrow afternoon / evening. Thank goodness I am working from home tomorrow. I'm so happy, because originally, I was supposed to be in office tomorrow. But with work stuff, I had to be in person on Monday, which is normally my remote day. So my supervisor asked me, like, hey, So since you're coming in on a Monday, which is a day you normally don't come in, what day would you rather work remote on, Tuesday or Friday? And my thought was going to be Tuesday, but I was like, you know what? Like, I'd rather have the 2 days back-to-back remote, so that's what I'm doing. And this was before I knew about the Summer Game Fest. Excuse me. So I'm actually really, really glad. Because otherwise, I would have been getting out of my car, sprinting inside my apartment. Because, like, I leave at 4 on Fridays, typically, regardless. So I would have been sprinting inside to get here to do this. Oh, I'm sorry. I am shaking ServyCam. I'll get a better setup for ServyCam. Once the new desk is situated, I can kind of have, like, more permanent features set up here. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's coming down the pipe. Nintendo not being there is already a huge L for me, honestly, but that's my opinion. They're never involved with any of that stuff, are they? They usually do their own thing. I just assume Nintendo is just like, yeah, we just don't fuck with that. But yeah, so I hope everyone's week went well. It's been kind of busy at work, but also, like, Tuesday there was like I think I only saw like one student the entire day, which was interesting and great at the same time. Hi Lunacy, hi, how are you? Kick a shot for Lunacy, please. We raided Lunacy on Sunday night after we played some Spider-Man. So if you're not following her, go give her a follow. She's a very chill variety streamer, plays a lot of chill games, and was last playing Pal World. Appreciate you stopping on by. We are preparing mentally to play the demo of Vampire Therapist, hence why I am wearing my Rose and Skull shirt from Hot Topic that does not fit me well anymore, and by fit me well, I mean it has shrunk. So I hate wearing it in public, because even if I raise my arms into a T-pose, it is too high, for my liking at least. But it's still a really comfy shirt. We love Hot Topic. Of course, happy to have you. And of course, we try to be warm and welcoming whenever we can. The Sleepy Eevee emote is so cute. Yes, it is. It's adorable. But yeah, we're gonna be playing the demo for Vampire Therapist tonight. We started the demo last week and then ran into a bug that prevented my progression. Since then, the dev has been working really, really hard, has been pushing, like, numerous bug patches, like, every day, because, like, I'm mostly home all day, depending on the day of the week, so, like, I see them, like, pop up, and I'm like, oh, another update, cool, let me update it. And they got the bug fixed, yay. They said they have a lot of things coming down the pipe in ahead of Steam Next Fest, which is next week. See, there's another update waiting for me. We're gonna update that right now. But if you haven't already, I do encourage you to wishlist Vampire Therapist on Steam. Cause the 30 minutes that we played, I really enjoyed it. And I was not expecting voice acting. So that's always fun and exciting. We do adore developers. We don't adore the companies that run developers into the ground and then fire them for no fucking reason. Sorry, not fired. Laid them off. But I really do, like, there's so many indie games that are coming out that I'm like, oh my god, I want to play that. Cause me to have Buy Panic in 30 minutes, I get to wish this for me. Game caused me to have Buy Panic. Yes. I don't know if it's going just on Steam or not. Let me... Vampire Therapist. Yes, it's only going to be on PC. So Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. But the game is pretty not as intensive. So if you have a computer that is kind of like a slug, you should be able to run it okay. Small indie game company Energy TM coughs Blizzard. Yeah, really. But yeah, so we already did the agenda. I have no packages. We already have a Pride Ratch chosen for right now. No social media updates. Besides, we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube which is absolutely mind-boggling. My Watch Dogs video is now getting, like, views and shit, and I was not expecting that to happen, like, 11 days after I released it. So yeah, that's a thing now. I started working on editing, the next, video essay thing, and it's gonna be me talking about Dead by Daylight is probably the next one that I'm focusing on. But yeah, I do have a couple other videos in the works, that I've recorded that I still have to, like, do. So we have Alan Wake 2, Gray's Gaming Diary, Dead by Daylight, Gray's Gaming Diary, and then Gray poorly explains the plot of Alan Wake 2, which I do need to finish the final draft, aka New Game Plus, before I get into that one. But yeah, there's not really any social media updates, so it is time to game. Can't stop thinking about that game last night. What, with the fucking violating, you didn't die. It almost happened again, actually. I was in a game earlier this afternoon, and someone left, and it wasn't me who was the last actual person, but I was left on hook. So the person was left with the bot, and I was like, I want to watch this play out, but I kind of need to go stream. So I hope they survived. Before we actually jump into game, I do need to go to the bathroom. So I will be right back. I'm gonna throw the BRB screen up because I don't know how long I'll be, but we might come back a short minute early. And I'm gonna also put on a 30-second ad, to hopefully delay pre-rolls. So I'll be back, shortly, and we will dive right into, Vampire Therapist. Okay. I decided to come back early. I know we only had 1 minute left on the clock, but I figured it would be okay. So we are gonna get started. Thank you for the bongos. Also, 100% beat you in any arcade game. He would. So we are gonna load up Vampire Therapist. Susie, do the things. Pin it. Pin it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I know we've technically already started playing the game, but I need everyone for the first, like, 15-20 minutes of the game that we have seen to act like we've never seen it before, okay? Because I'm not going to announce to everyone on Steam Next Fest when they watch the rebroadcast to act like I will sit politely with hands clasped in front of me and with an apple on my desk. I love that. But yeah, so we just need to, like, act like we never... Well, I for sure have not seen it before, so that works. That is very true. That is very true. But who is going apeshit on the violin? I don't know. There's no one here. Game, I've never heard of this game. I have never heard of this game before. Didn't see before, so I don't need to pretend. Oh shit, I said I would be. Never mind. It's okay. No, you're fine. To be fair, the person I was in contact with about this didn't say, like, we need to, like, not curse or anything. So, like, we're fine. We're fine. But you can't see them. They are a vampire. True. Because, like, this game does have, like, some darker topics and, like, there's definitely some innuendos. that are more or less overt than other things. So like I think we're kind of in the clear. And if they have an issue with it, then I can always re-record it offline or something. Julie wants this room. Okay, so I'm gonna do like a quick little intro and then we'll jump right into it. Hey everyone over on Steam, my name is Aaron Gray and I'm a streamer here over on Twitch, and we are checking out Vampire Therapist tonight. So I have my chat with me who's going to be diving into this journey with me. So let's see what the demo has in store. Chat magically disappeared for 30 minutes. No, please. We're experiencing this together, chat, okay? It should be noted that Julie wants this room, this aesthetic. And I also have matched my key light to match the aesthetics of the room here. So we're good. We're all good. So I had already went ahead, and I don't think I skip mode, skip line, text. So there is some, do have it set on ultra settings. I do have the music volume turned down, just so we can listen to the other audio better. Also it's just natural instinct at this point. So I don't want, or I actually don't know what that is, but okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Can I have blood in the wine glass, please? Yes, that's fine. Okay. New game. Vampire Therapist is a comedy game about the immortal undead processing historical yet personal traumas. References to historical violence and oppression may be upsetting to some. So keep that in mind, my friends. This game was developed in consultation with licensed therapists, but should not be considered a substitute for therapy. We love devs who do research. We love to see it. Unless you're a vampire, then this does not apply to you. So Julie, take notes. This game is for you, Julie, our resident vampire.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kind of dead at least.
I was not prepared for the
See,
voice acting.
I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror. I got lucky though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think.
Vampire
Anywho,
Arthur Morgan.
As the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw.
Wait,
But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way.
Red Blood
Fellow named
Redemption.
Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old. He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers. I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been lucky, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
The capital U and V being almost identical in that font is bothering. No, that's fair. That's fair. Blood Dead Redemption 2. Was not prepared for the voice acting. Leipzig.
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Streeb?
Same. Exactly the same. Also, apparently, the one and only Matt Mercer has a voice in this game. I am not sure who he plays It might be our protagonist. Oh, hello, Dancing Theo. It might be our protagonist. I'm not sure. But Matt Mercer does have a voice in this game somewhere. But that's awesome. Doesn't Fledermaus mean bat? You might be right, actually. I wouldn't know. I don't know German. But I would love that if that was the, like, flying mouse. Oh, I love that.
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here.
This music, though?
Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself. Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Ja, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Reinhardt Overwatch, is that you? This might be, maybe Reinhardt has a twin, who's this guy. But I'm having bi panic right now. Let's ask about the club.
Well, what's so special about this club?
The outfit's my beloved. Very true.
Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time.
Hello, instant bi panic? I know, right?
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever. You are free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
Und I hear that they are now attracting sexy old cowboys.
I'm gonna turn on the game volume just a smidge. Oops.
Shh, Maxie, he is old enough to be your grandfather.
How does he know my age, though?
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple 100 years old.
I know.
Oh mein Gott, he is so cute, Reinhardt. Can I keep him?
Oh my god, the accents? I hope that's a good comment, Anna. Let's ask about the dress code.
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is total sexy, but you will get a bit sweaty.
Won't you get a bit sweaty in your getup, sir? Not to judge, because I like your outfit, but sir. I love the club music in the background. If the game makes you have bi panic in under 30 minutes, you know it's a good game. You mean Hades? Hello?
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
Vampires are working. Hi, Wordy. How are you? Good to see you. The vampires should be working, yes.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
Don't worry, my Liebling. We make each other warm.
But do vampires sweat? That is a good question.
Reinhardt, stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
Maxi Liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
I can't.
No, you are the naughty one.
Jesus fucking Christ, Maxie is a mood. The leather does look really good. I mean, I love my leather, I think it's faux leather, but I still love my leather jacket for V. I'm good, just had dinner now. Ooh, what'd you have for dinner? I actually have, you can't see them off screen, but I have cookies, so feel free to take a cookie, everybody. Will this autofocus? No, it does not want to autofocus. This is very picky on when it wants to autofocus.
Oh, I definitely ain't an American no more.
All right, let's ask about Andromachos.
I'm looking for Andromachos.
You mean the club owner? Ja, that is why we are here.
If you're lucky, he will invite us to the private party at the end of the night.
Steak and mashed potatoes. Oh, I also had steak. I did not have mashed potatoes, though. I had green and red peppers with some onions and mushrooms. I will lovingly look at the cookies. Okay.
Well, what happens there?
I think maybe it is too kinky for Americans to hear.
I want to go to the private party. I think most of us want to go to the private party.
I can cut loose. What kind of party is this?
The kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
Oh, here are them kind of vampires.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
Sir. Sir. Sam's like, I don't swing that way.
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of. There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do-or-die showdown. And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
Now that's my kind of party, I mean. I may trust these vampires, since you don't trust strangers.
I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there. I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
Ooh, okay, let's check out the journal. Okay. Collected notes of Sam Walls. Private property, do not read. Reward if found. Cowboy bloodsucker at vmail.com. Okay, so does this mean that you are a vampire, or a cowboy who's a vampire, or you are a vampire who sucks only cowboy blood? I have questions. I found this old notebook and I figured I'd take it with me to Europe. I figured it'd help me organize my thoughts. I'll separate it into sections so I can jump to them right quick. That way, when I need to get into a particular section of my notes, all I gotta do is hop over to that section. Easy as falling off a horse, and falling off a horse is real easy. Dibs on your share of the cookies then. Perfect. Please, innocent vampire. I know I have a habit of trusting vampires. Okay. This is to the distortions, which I think we're fine for right now. Let's go to my ramblings. What's this? March 14th, 2024. It's been about a week since I boarded the Monster of the Seas cruise ship, and I gotta say, I feel finer than frog hair. People here are eating and screwing like there's no tomorrow on account of the fact that we're in the middle of the ocean. I've drank from more necks in the last week than I can count, and since the ship's open all night, I rode a water slide for the first time in my life. People were laughing at me for saying yeehaw, but what else do you say to an experience like that? March 22, 2024. Landed in Rotterdam the other day. In Amsterdam now arranging transportation for my coffin. Did some vampire sightseeing. Apparently this place has been accepting of heathens like us for a long time. I went to a vampire coffee shop. They funnel in the stoners from upstairs to a secret club and everyone has themselves a grand old time. Gave me the munching something fierce. I could go for some blood chips. Extra sodium if you please. Eating and screwing. Yeah, okay. Yeah! April 9th, 2024. Writing from Berlin today. I head to Leipzig tomorrow night, but figured I should check out things here first. They got a club here where people are up all night doing all kinds of kinky stuff, and kinky stuff is underlined. Pushing a quarter of a millennium in years, but these folks could give me some lessons, and did. Met some fine folk too. Apparently, they've got a nice art scene here. There's even local funding for video game development. Interesting. Ain't this some kind of world? I can't believe people are still playing Star Invaders and whatnot. I like it here. I don't even have to speak German. Ain't nothing more to read. The end. Ooh, wait. That makes a very loud clicking noise. I'm gonna actually turn down the effects volume.
Because when I retire, I want a television the size of a billboard.
Hey, Mary! Thank you for the 34 months of support. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. It was soothing.
Thank you, Mary. How are you doing? Alright, I think she's talking high noon mind.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club, because we are now meeting you.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him. Excuse me, friend. I hear you're the man to talk to around these parts.
Sir?
I'm here to see Andromachos.
Growls thoughtfully.
Have fun, mate.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
Growls questioningly. Bring them joy.
Yeah, sure, they're friends of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah!
Alright, this is gonna get loud, I think.
Dang, awful loud in here.
Yeah. The music is still bopping, though.
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
Oh, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later.
British vampire bouncer.
Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this. I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, look at
Oh!
you. We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
Hold up. I love your outfit, ma'am. Susie's gonna lose it. I love her.
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
Susie.
I never drink Red Bull.
Yes, the outfit.
I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Susie may have just exploded a bit. I think half of chat has just exploded a little bit.
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Ooh, okay. So let's see. Okay, so... I think it's hot branding. I think... Yeah, I don't think it's high noon mind. Is this saloon thinking? Yeah, I think it's hot branding. I think that's what's going on. All of your mods need a reset.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are.
Ooh.
Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some gods, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
Oh, interesting.
He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Bert?
Yeah, who's Bert? It is an exact mirror image of Carlax. It is! Yeah, you're right.
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
Oh, Bert's the bouncer. Is he a bandicoot?
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun, mate.
Have fun. I think those are the only 3 words Bert knows.
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Does he live in Australia? Is he made out of 14 recycled bottles?
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
V-mails. Instead of emails, it's V-mails. He doesn't need words. No, that's fair.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin.
Oh, so he's the guy on the cover of the game.
The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
I want V-mail. I was gonna say I want V-Bucks, but I don't play Fortnite. I can help myself.
I've been fixing myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help.
I like his voice. I do as well.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson.
Okay, I'm ready. As soon as I eat part of this cookie.
We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
Could that be Mr. Matt Mercer? I don't know.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down. What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
So the time of day, it's the time of night. I like that.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Ooh, walking in nature.
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though.
And I'm in love. Julie.
See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something.
You know who he reminds me of? Mr. Hands from Cyberpunk. Oh, I love Mr. Hands. Love him. Especially when he was like the dark shadowy figure before the DLC came out. So I'm glad they made him a fixer in the DLC.
And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Can't find a castle set. It might not be out yet. Because I think the dev released, like, he released a tweet saying that Matt Mercer is part of the cast. I checked Matt Mercer's IMDb. He plays 2 characters. Ooh. That seamless loop in the club music. I know, it's so good. I want this club music on Spotify. Please, developer, heed my call. I want it on Spotify. Ryan, who we just met, and someone else. Okay, cool.
Cognitive who's he what now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
Okay, let's start with High Noon Mind.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do-or-die absolutes. High Noon Mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
Who's he what now?
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
I feel like I'm actually in therapy right now.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marky was a bedroom name.
Excuse me? No. No, sir. No, no. No. TV bedroom. I am deceased. Slay. My therapist stressed that while I would get nothing accomplished. Yo, same. Slayed. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You mean you and the Emperor were...
Yes, sir, they were fucking.
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
Oh my god. I'm not laughing because it's bad. I'm laughing because I find it really funny and I get awkward about anything sexual. So, like, I see someone doesn't beat around the bush.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mine.
I somehow forgot you were American? God. And the southern accent doesn't give it away. Yeah, this dialogue is so great.
I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Nosferatu thinking?
Please continue. I want to know more. This game is everything. You can go ahead and wishlist it on Steam. It's great that it's voice acted, honestly. Staring at the obvious fucking cowboy. Oh, right, you're American. I forgot.
It means you are thinking in black and white.
Ah, I like that.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful.
Oh, I like that.
Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
But yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking.
Well, you can't just say it like that. You're gonna make it obvious, sir. Honestly, I think we found this game's vampire daddy. No. We need Von Zeeks to show up in this game now. You realize that, right? I suppose that's a compliment given our cowboy was here was pretty open-minded until the TMI portion of the conversation. True.
I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
I like that the background isn't static also. Like, oh, as in like the background noise, or like, oh, you mean like the flame is like flickering the fireplace and the candles. That actually is a really good touch. Like, it makes it feel more alive, even though like, the room is like still like in a 2D sense. Yeah, the fire is really soothing.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
Is that Nosferatu thinking?
No, Samuel. In this case, I am not arguing with reality. If we do not drink blood, we die. This is a fact of being a vampire.
Oh, well, I don't know how this works, man. I am not a vampire. How am I supposed to know the truth on that one? Literally attention-grabbing fire in the center of the image. Yeah.
Let us continue. Death eventually comes for us all.
No.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Sir, I just got here.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not. Always is such a terminal word, is it not? Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Actually, no, I would like to know when it's our turn to fuck with you. Don't we get a turn too?
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time.
Susie. Chat, come on. You know me by now, right?
It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless.
You have an entire club of mortals who seem perfectly fine with the idea. Exactly.
It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
We're talking about, I'll make it happen. Oh, Susie, am I gonna get some fanfic from you? I am so honored. Not of me, of course, but please.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
I love the way he rolls the R's.
Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
So is anyone learning anything from this?
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. And maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Because this is based in true psychology, which I like and appreciate. I'm learning he's dead. Susie, I'm very disappointed in you. That's all I have written down. Time and knowledge share one thing in common. They are infinite. Yes. I had said we had a retreat for my work on Wednesday, and like I had said to one of my coworkers, like, time is an illusion, and my boss's boss, who's sitting next to me, looked at me and was like, don't. Like, don't say that. I love him. He's great. A little bit, but that's a lot of words all at once. True.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
Oh, you're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos.
The drama host.
Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative.
Vatty, perhaps? Zaddy.
Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one. The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it. My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
Well, that's very sad. We should get him another kitty cat.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you can always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
Oh no! Dude, I want to know how many partners he's had. I want to know. Quick, someone get the box of rescue kittens. I want to know how many partners this man has had. Also, he's implied that he is a bit gay, and I kind of love that. At least 8. At least.
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh boy, oh god.
Oh dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard.
Eat more cookie. Imagine a kitten saving the world by just existing. I mean, every day.
Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard. But that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
He's 3,000, so 3,000 divided by 1,500 divided by 8 is 187.5, so that's how many he's had. Where'd you get 1,500 from? Why did you divide 3,000 by 1,500? I'm very confused. How did you get that number?
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling.
I misdivided by 2.
You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill.
Who was the half partner and how did that work? Yeah.
For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin.
Bro was an assassin? Yo! Can we get a spin-off game about this man's life? I would love that, honestly. In Rome, anything goes. A series of flings, maybe.
But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had. See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements. I am so old, I am ancient.
Is you and Altair taking notes of this man's past?
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
I like that one, that's funny. He could have his own dating sim DLC. No, yeah.
How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
I'm Dinner. Hi, Dinner. I'm Chad.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Isn't this a dating sim? We're gonna date our clients because that's totally how client professional relationships work.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
No.
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
It only works if you don't tell the board. True.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
You want moral behavior in gaming? Sometimes. Reminds me of Dream Daddy Sim where I was confused why all the men had children because I thought it was a different type of game. That was a moment in time.
Oh, come on. You're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Labeling.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves. As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges.
Want to play the Dream Daddy Sim game so badly. You should. I've only played like a little bit of it, but it's a lot of fun.
One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
Also, all the dads are hot, and we love that.
I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied.
And also the dad jokes are so on par.
I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify.
All right.
I will begin. If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Guano? Oh no.
Well, that there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another.
That they're not toilet trained? Oh no.
I am Andromachos, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
This labeling. This game feels like I'm getting questioned in detention. Why so many tests?
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then.
Gotta have your vampires toilet trained.
If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
That there's gotta be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway.
Yo, I wish I had 3,000 years of banking interest on my side, but that is not the case.
Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
I just love the art design. The art design's really good. I love the detail of like the text box and like where we can like click on things. Like I love like the stained glass. And also like I think it was, I forget who pointed it out, but like the movement of the background with the candles and the fireplace is really, really well done. He's probably older than a credit score. No, wait, you're not wrong. 2,000 years, man. Must be a literal gazillionaire. Yeah.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Sir, I will show you the receipts. I have been in therapy. The game's prerequisite. You must be in therapy to play this game.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Sir. Everyone can use therapy. Doesn't matter if you're having a good day or not. Therapy is good for you.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
So this is how he gets us on the couch. Snaps for that one. That was good.
I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them.
So a sir's he's gonna give us therapy. Give us therapy, okay. Having a good day might just be a veil covering a bad day or even a bad moment. Exactly. Wait, I am writing that in the fic. I said what I said, Susie.
You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
Oh, his eyes are so soft.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this, old cowpoke.
Hey, you're labeling.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance, drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Okay, then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
Who needs a couch when we can do the deed standing up?
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
Sir. I want to call you sir.
All right, then. Andromachos.
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 Hey, Andromachos.
Just call me Andy.
Andy? Ooh.
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Can we make them gay for each other?
Dang. Look at all them mortals. Sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty, but there ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on a dance floor.
Is that his bed name? Susie. Couch is in some cases.
Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again, how'd it go, cowboy?
Ooh, we're Clint Eastwood now.
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I'd better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have a lot of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way.
Crimson for the hair, and I love it. I love her.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Ooh.
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
Love that for her. You get it, girl. Thinking her of what that was me.
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar, found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Yo, I love this.
Dang. Must have been a sight.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain.
Girl, you're gonna make me blush. Hell of a way to meet someone. I'm also blinking.
We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula. But what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Writing down how to meet a vampire. Grow rock climbing in cave
Ain't
in
no way I'm
Madagascar.
dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
I'm already red as a tomato.
Reinhardt, look. It's the sexy old guy again.
Yeah, we just take them. This is fine.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky.
Oh, so that is Matt Mercer.
Well, pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
Ooh, okay, so we have a choice. Tell them they're not your type. Tell them alcohol is bad for them. Tell them you don't have the money. Tell them they can support themselves. I hate all of these options. I hate all of these options. The least worst option is telling them we don't have the money. That is the least worst option. These all suck, no pun intended. They're so sweet though, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Everything will end badly. That is a control fallacy, Wordy. How dare you? Not in my Twitch chat. Do we agree on tell them we don't have money as like the least awful option? I think is the kindest option. Yeah. Agreed.
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have all the sexy old men.
All right, I'll bite. Which of them old men are sexy?
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
Hamilton? As in like Alexander Hamilton?
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
Why are we talking about the presidents?
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
I'm fucking sick. I can't. Oh my god. Snack.
I get it. You like older men.
Oh god. Wait. Oh no. Y'all, we have to pick another option. No, is the game gonna make us go through all 4 of these options? Oh lord. Grief. This is why we need a sad emoji, which we don't have. Alcohol? Yeah, I'm thinking the next least worst one is tell them that alcohol is bad for them.
I ain't buying you a drink. This stuff's terrible for you.
Are you making a joke? We're at a bar.
Wordy.
It's okay. He's just trying to be protective. Aren't you, Opa?
Opa? Are you calling us dad?
You know, I think the drinks here ain't strong enough for you two.
Y'all. Can I just give in already? I think she did. Oh my god, the Astarian. Oh, I love that. Opa means grandpa. Oh, she called us Gramps. I don't know which one. Big Brother in Korean. I mean, they're German, so it could be a German word. I guess tell them we're not they're not our type, even though like I would totally be down for their type, but like I don't know, man. I also have this one. This is fine. I love that one.
I ain't buying you a drink. You ain't exactly my type.
Oh, we don't want to marry you. We just want to have fun with you.
Yeah, come on, Sam. Get with the program.
You kids are too much.
Alright.
I ain't buying you a drink. I think I'd be insulting your economic status.
Mein Lieber, don't worry about us. We just like to feel special. We have lucrative jobs in IT.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe you can help me. See, my printer died again. Getting real tired of these things.
Oh, please, we are here to party.
He keeps trying.
But get a laser printer.
Well, thanks for the tip. That ink seems to be more valuable than blood. Well, these kids just ain't gonna leave me alone.
Buy them a drink. Yeah, game. Yeah, we have no other option. Buy them drinks.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Oh, shit.
Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Call it a drink exchange.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here.
Love consent in this household.
Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
Excuse me, what? The what room? The what room? This is why they have a revenue problem. I think the game just killed Susie.
Wait, kink room?
I almost just spit my first cup.
You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
My chat's gone. Hell of a time to take a sip. We're not afraid of sex here. Oh, she's calling us Americans afraid of sex. Oh my god.
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
So how do I get in?
Yay!
Oh, the redeem worked. That's cool. I didn't know.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you.
What's on that weather, huh?
Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
My neck scrubs with anticipation.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
The country that made 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight Cash Cows is afraid of it. True.
I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
Let's fucking go!
Yeah, well, you got me pegged.
Ha! Pegged.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
Oh my god.
I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Could only hear the yippee. If you could get me a loot bug yippee sound effect, I will add it to my soundboard.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me with those?
Y'all.
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh, me.
Well, step right on up.
Oh god.
Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
What was that minigame? I was not expecting a minigame to fucking bite someone. Oh my god.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Sure thing. Come on over.
Oh, Oh, I don't like that very much.
Dang, what's wrong with me?
Mom, keep up here from school. I'm scared.
Oh, Reinhardt. The hot old vampire wore me out.
Me too, Maxie. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
Relating it to his IT job. I love it.
Reinhardt, Liebe, ich bin zu müde, sexy zu sein.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
Oh, what? Pegging?
Oh yeah, sure thing, fella. You can help me with my new laser printer. Now that I've had something to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
The room does look very cozy.
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center? Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Guest coffin.
Well, dang. This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
Ooh. I love this. This is nice.
Let's see what's on TV.
We want me to put the sound effect? Just send it to me in DMs.
Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation. Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though.
I'm pretty sure this is Nosferatu, I think.
Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
He just happens to fit in the coffin. True. I did the Dylan Dog movie, Apple Mix.
Samuel, good evening. I hope you slept well.
Ooh, can we actually see what we've written so far? April 11th, 2024. Woo, what a day. I made it to Andy's club in Leipzig. Folks are real nice here. A couple of goths were really friendly. They've got a darn tootin' bartender and even a friendly greeter. He doesn't talk much, but I could tell he's an introspective sort. Now, Andy, that's one hell of a vampire. He's just got this presence. You can tell he's 3,000 and that he's freaky as hell. But he makes you feel at home. Butt naked. I don't know how else to describe it. Oh, and I went to a kink room. Yeah, Sam Hall's kink room. My big brother would have gotten a kick out of that one. I ain't gonna write about it here. I should get some sleep in this fancy coffin. Andy let me anyway. Do I have clients yet? No, I do not. Cool. Thankfully, someone posts the sound effect on YouTube. Love that. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna run a 30-second ad, just to prevent pre-rolls, but we're just gonna chill. We're gonna take a bite of a cookie. What are y'all thinking so far? I don't know how long the demo is, but I'm really enjoying it. This is great. I need this game. I like it. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. Yeah, I really like, the biggest thing for me when I'm doing, like, wanting to play a visual novel, especially when I want to stream it, is the voice acting. If there isn't voice acting, then that's, like, more complicated for me to stream because it puts a lot more wear and tear on my voice. But I'm really happy to see voice acting in this game. And the visuals are really well done. And I love that, again, I can't stress enough how much they did their research in regards to about actual therapy techniques. So I think, like, this is just really, really fun. I'm enjoying this way more than expected. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
The only thing I object to so far is locking the player into the same path with multiple choices. Yeah. And maybe that'll change for the actual game. Like, they want to give us, they want to show us more things, during the demo. But it could just be a demo thing. I don't know if that will show up in the actual game when it's released.
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like, being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live. When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Ooh. I think it's control fallacy. Susie, I'm assuming that was a correct. I always get scared when like it just when it so quickly bans a bot or bans somebody. Could you just confirm that it is a bot? Thank you.
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do, and that is enough. But I am eager to learn how you developed this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first V-mailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire. When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed. It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? That's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no-account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing. Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
Labeling.
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself?
Yes. I am horrible at like following my own advice, which I need to do more often. In terms of like being kind to myself. I'm being called out hard here.
If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself. So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang.
Pinkertons? Arthur Morgan? Excuse me. I know that name.
I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me. They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think. I walked in nature for about 90 years and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country. I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
Nosferatu thinking.
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
So this man has worn the same outfit for 90 years? Probably more than that.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements are another cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you. Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure. And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Vampire Daddy, stop calling me out!
Of course, there are things we must do, but nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise. Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
Okay, let me read about should statements real quick. Sometimes we judge others and ourselves with arbitrary rules on how things should be, and then we get hoppin' mad when our expectations aren't met. Should statements can put a lot of pressure on us, but there ain't too many rules that are universal. Heck, we should probably be dead because our hearts ain't beating, but it seems that ain't true. A vampire, I should live in a castle. When you're in a gang, the gang needs to be your family and no one else. A cowboy must never show fear.
I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date. I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases. Did you miss my should statement? Let's try again. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
So I guess this is the should statement.
That's the one. No one should go to a dentist. Goddamn butchers.
No, Samuel, no!
That is not true. We have to go to the dentist. Our teeth are important to us. How long has it been since you've seen a dentist, Samuel?
Oh!
No, not since the Civil War, and I'd rather keep it that way.
Oh my god! He hasn't been to a dentist in over 150 years, y'all.
We'll talk about that in another session. Let's try again. I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Is this the should statement?
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something you have to do.
That's right, Samuel.
Oh.
You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself.
He's very happy about her.
I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Ooh.
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner.
Yo, we love that.
Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing. I spent the next 90 walking in the woods.
So when do we get him into his bed? Into his coffin, you mean?
I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either.
Ooh, he's spilling the tea.
I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive. I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality, with both its positive and negative aspects. I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones. Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds. I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things. I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people.
We're gonna need a binder if we keep learning more cognitive dysfunctions, yeah.
The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
I mean, the developer probably only took a handful of techniques. They probably didn't take all of them because there's so many cognitive distortions that we do. I say we make the labels rainbow colored. Yes, for Pride Month purposefully.
Well done, Samuel. I believe the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
Make them gay!
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
Oh, and I guess it gives the player a chance if they want to practice more that they can, but we're gonna skip it.
I think I'm good.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get a liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
How much is a liter?
He only knows gallons. Same.
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired. Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
Sir, 1 liter is a
You
lot.
as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
Okay, so this is the next day. Okay, April 12th. I learned some more therapy stuff today. Figured I've been doing a lot of this disqualifying the positive thing. I feel like I've got to be humble about the shit I pulled back when I was a bastard, but maybe that's just the shame talking. Andy says I'm ready to start seeing clients now that I've got my head wrapped around this whole cognitive distortion thing. Can't believe it's all happening so fast. Went for a nice walk exploring Leipzig. There's a music school here, and the kids are always performing stuff. Oh, that's so cool. I tried asking for Oh Susanna, but the kids say don't appreciate good music. Dang kids with their CD-ROM music, the wax cylinder was fine. Oh my god, I love these little bits in the journal, talking about, yeah, he was definitely born, he was definitely around in the 1800s.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift.
Also, I love the club music in the background. It's subdued, but it's still there, and I like it. With a song name like that, I wouldn't either.
All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
He can see the future, OMG.
You barely require my aid as it is. If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically. Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you. Let us look at your first client's case file.
Dr. Drain, huh? He ain't got no first name?
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Name Dr. Drain. He drains blood. Age 430. Gender male. Origin English. Dr. Drain is a class of 1614 graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. I can't read the rest.
Indeed. You catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive.
He British.
I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
He is meditating in the coffin. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment, now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Is now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Suggestion: detected strong irritability on the phone. Investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping habits. Okay.
But
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself and all will be well.
Year 100. Whoa, mind reading. Year 3000. Mind reading. Oh!
Satan bless it all, I hate flying! Hey there. God's blood, what on earth are you?
Oh, is this Matt Mercer? Is this Matt Mercer? Fucking consistency. No, okay.
My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you. Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you?
Okay, bro is aggressively rude.
And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee.
Wow, that's intolerant.
Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Andy.
Are you alright, Samuel?
What is this? He become Cortana. Oh my god, I love it. I promise you not all British people are like this. It's coming from a Brit herself.
You gave me this fella as my first client?
The irony, calling someone else ignorant while blasting every ignorant statement against someone for being American. I speak for myself in the trees. Also, he kinda, in the outfit he's wearing, he kinda looks like Nines from Detroit Become Human, and I'm kind of here for it. Susie of the Trees.
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Leon X9s.
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
He wants a reality check. A kick in the ass, Auntie.
I think he needs a dang reality check, charging at me like an undersexed bull.
If you try to give an undersexed bull a reality check, that would not change the fact that it is undersexed. How did the Transcendentalists approach you when you were a wilder man, Samuel?
Yeah, I get it. I'm sure this fella's come here with problems. I can't be surprised when they show up.
He wants to leave. Mood. He wants to complain.
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
So, what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
Oh, Thank you, Andrew, for the mini plot recap. So, we are playing as the wonderful Sam Walls on the left-hand side of the screen, who is a vampire who is learning how to be a vampire therapist, a vampire who is a therapist to other vampires. And right now we are working with our first client, which is Dr. Drain. Yes, you heard me correctly, like Drain of Blood. And Andy Andromakos over here is telepathically communicating with us from his meditative state in his coffin. Yes, that is essentially what is happening as of right now. Thank you for the redeem. I appreciate it. Hopefully that's helpful.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Well, are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was. My trip? My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat.
My familiar got a flat tire? What was your familiar? A car? Tapped out a bit so I was lost. No, you're fine, you're fine.
I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me? Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey.
Oh, look at his fangs.
I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform. All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway. You all right there, pal? Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you've read my case file and know why I'm here?
You have an addiction.
You're here for an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it? What's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him.
The name is so funny. It is funny.
Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime. Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks, whatever one does to make addictions go away. Tips? Let me think.
Suggest a hug? Oh my god. So our case file on him says investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping habits. So listen, I'd want a hug. Same. Especially from a vampire? Hell yeah. I mean, I want to suggest something tasty because maybe we can, like, ask him about, like, oh, like, Tasty, by the way, how's your drinking habits currently?
I like chewing on a piece of jerky. Chewing on a piece of jerky? Well, there's nothing wrong with your hearing. You know, there's blood traces in jerky. Just keeps you moving.
Yeah, no easy solutions could be my next guess if this is
I am
wrong.
not sure what would be thought of the somewhat respected Dr. Drain if he sat around chewing a piece of processed meat product. Perhaps it's something to consider if I'm ever reduced to the status of a bum. But until then, I think a different solution would be preferable.
Okay, no easy solutions.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen. You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T.
Thanks for clarifying, sir.
And I know how you English love your tea. Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone. I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing. I tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to? It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design. A necessary component of my own scientific goals. You're losing me.
Me, a bro who doesn't pronounce the T in words.
Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive.
Erythrocyte surface receptors, what is that, sir?
Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do. I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity. Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc.
I just instantly thought of the conversation between Malga and Genji. What conversation?
Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to.
Red blood cells, if I remember right. Ah, okay.
Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace. Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre. Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem. Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
Yeah, there is.
Don't
I was
stay
trying to
too
click
long
on
in
them, but
that.
I can't. Julie, thank you for the lyric.
I knew you would sense them.
Appreciate you.
Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure, but it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure. I am a realist, that's all. Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
Ooh. It's not labeling. It's not should statement. Malga, I get a bigger sword if I were you, Genji. What counts is the sharpness of the blade and the mind of the wielder, Malga. I'd said a bigger sword, not bigger words. Oh my god, I love that. I love Genji. Okay, I think Susie's right. I think it's disqualifying the positive.
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set. Perhaps, but if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little. But you know something. Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years. You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though. I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Should statement.
Well, who said you should have achieved more? Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work. And what happens if you don't?
On Sci-Fi, he didn't say 400 bloody years.
Absolutely nothing at all. Well, that's my point. That is not as encouraging as you think it is. Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality. Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
I think it's control fallacy.
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood. It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience.
Thank you, chat, for confirming my thoughts.
Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. It sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I'm a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding.
Good to know 400-year-old vampires have the same fears of failure as college graduates. Same.
And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding? No, of course not. I'm not a wizard. So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc? That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
I think it's labeled.
Now, why would you go and label yourself irrelevant? What else do you call a man who has nothing to show after 400 years? I reckon I'd call him by his given name. Slapping a label on yourself don't do nothing but weigh you down. Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic. Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
I mean, we can do that. We can pat you on the back and call you a good boy.
Ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Sir.
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug. Well, so what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it? I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive. Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man. I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed. You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night? Oh, nothing of the sort. Oh well, I'm glad to hear that.
He's gonna say something far worse.
You're assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself. Oh wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep?
Sir, you need to sleep.
Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do. So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere. Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Because, Nosferatu thinking.
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people. Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call them, might even be a different degree of depressed? Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole. Mild is putting it mildly, buckaroo. Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed.
You have watermelon? Ooh, please share.
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, on life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard. Now, why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner? Is that not what I currently am? Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer.
Whinging? Came here at the express purpose of whining, yes.
Moaning, whinging, bellyaching, still all just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term bellyaching in any case. But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
So I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what an ignoramus feels like. Oh yeah, he does have elbow patches. He's a man of taste. Much like Alan Wake. Alan Wake should sit on this couch. What if Alan Wake was a vampire? I'm assuming a should statement. You awake a lot more often. Heh. If you feel free, I suppose it must be what an ignoramus feels like. I have no idea. Part of me wants to say labeling again. You're thinking should statement? What do y'all think? I'm thinking either labeling or should statement. I'm not sure. ignoramus labeling. I also don't know what an ignoramus is, so fun. I also do need to adjust my webcam. It's a little dark.
You honestly think
It's
feeling
labeling.
good makes you an ignoramus? The phrase ignorance is bliss is most apt, don't you think? But by calling yourself an ignoramus, you're making bliss something to be avoided. Yes, unfortunate how that works, isn't it? The only way to be happy is by being a fool. Partner, those are your labels. Try using something more positive and see how you feel. What, shall I say that by being ignorant, I am a noble genius? Still just labels. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience. I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem? First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides.
Positive? Nope, sorry, don't like that.
What kind of downsides? I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
Okay.
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
Oh, yikes.
I guess you must be having some kind of good time. That is not my idea of a good time. I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster. I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood. It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things. Well, I should be better at it. You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shooting all over yourself.
Shooting all over yourself. Oh my god. Sound like he's afraid of being seen as lesser than when what he is by enjoying his own life. Yeah. It also sounds like he's not getting sleep. So when he takes the drug, he is getting sleep and he's getting the blood that he needs to make his body happy. And when he's not on it, like, his body wants him to do it in order for him to get the sleep and food that he needs to keep going and be alive, essentially.
Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults. I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts?
It's an image issue. He's so worried about his image and his social status, he only cares about,
I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years.
Yeah, exactly. It shouldn't matter.
It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas. Heck, we're dead men. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, all right, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff.
Would you believe me if I told you both Sam and Drain are the same VA? I would not believe you. Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all. Is that actually gonna happen, though? It might. You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it. All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking.
Such talent to go from Southern to British. Such talent there.
I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind. You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am.
Also the vampire daddy, too. Wait, what do you mean?
Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect. I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
Locust and Doyle. True. Very true, Mary.
Masterfully done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Person voices 4 people, Sam, Drain, and Andy. Oh, so Andy and Sam are the same VA. Oh my god, what talent. We love that. Love the talent in this household.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin. Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you.
Who's also the writer and director of this game. Oh my god! So the dev, oh my god, that's so cool. The 4th is probably someone we haven't met yet.
I bid you good evening, Samuel. Rest in peace.
You too, Andy. Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub.
Ooh, we go downstairs!
Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already.
You can also imagine the bloopers behind the voice acting they had to do for so many different people. Got some wild talent, I'm here for it. Yeah, we love the dev. The dev has been very kind on Twitter. He's been so happy. He's been like so happy with all the attention he's getting and wish lists and stuff.
Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
Yeah, there's Crimson at the bar.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam, how you doing tonight, partner?
Yosemite Sam. Y'all, do you want to know how I used to, bop in my chat right now? Love that. Do you want to know how I used to pronounce Yosemite when I was younger and was not cultured? Yosmite. There's some gray lore for you. I used to pronounce it Yosmite instead of Yosemite. Also, something that I saw on Twitter.
28 stab wounds. You didn't want to leave him a chance, huh?
Thank you for the bits. Much appreciated, friend. Thanks for feeding us. But the developer put on Twitter that they rewrote Crimson's part to better showcase the talent of the voice actor, which I thought was like a really, really cool, because like they wrote Crimson's character one way, and then when the VA was reading the lines and reading for the character, they altered some of the of her character and her dialogue to best showcase the VA of Crimson's talent, which I think is really, really awesome. And I absolutely adore how Crimson is right now, so I think it was a really, really good call.
Better already, hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any states, Cowpoke. District of Columbia, girl.
Hell yeah, she's from DC. That's still technically part of the States, girl. Still there.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Oh yeah? How do you think it went?
Say it went great.
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
Once they hit 70.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light. Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Look at him.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
Don't fall for the trap. Never guess a woman her age. I want to say 30. Like, if I had to guess, I would say 30.
You're somewhere around 30, right?
Close, but very far away.
It's a trap! Crimson's VA has been in Hades? Oh, wait, who did they play in Hades?
I'm 50
I'm assuming
years
Hades
young.
won, right? 50 years young. Wow.
50? I died around that age and I looked like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you.
Eurydice. Oh, I can hear it now. Oh, yes. I love Eurydice.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
Oh, wow.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night. Andy told me to give this to you.
I was celebrating my boss's birthday today in the office. There was a definite rule not to talk about her age. Like, I think all of my coworkers have inferred or talked about their age at some point.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Ooh, an item.
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood. Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Oh, because we eat so much sugar. I'm pronouncing it wrong. Haha, I thought it was your Eurydice. Yeah, it's Eurydice. To be fair, I pronounce a lot of other words wrong.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
Why don't you find out, Sam?
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
I ain't sure I understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
There he is, my incredible protege.
Oh, come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oops, sorry, Andy. I seem to have found my way into your coffin. I met my first client tonight, and oh boy, he did not like me much. It sounds as though he doesn't like anybody much, though, so I can't be too disappointed. Poor fella. I ain't never seen anyone so high-strung. Well, maybe Pussifer Jones. 80 years later, and the memory of him still makes me laugh. That kitty even hated John Moyer, and I think all his animals loved him. She would hiss even when eating her food. It was the darndest thing. Picked up this Dr. Drain is a real should statement kind of fella, but I think I can help him out. If I can get him to take a nap, I think he'll be a lot less grumpy. John? Oops, sorry, Andy. I seem to have found my way into your coffin.
All right, I get it. I guess I've been muddling through okay.
I do not know how long the demo is. I do not know how long this is.
You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight. Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult. Here, look at her intake form.
Isabella Deste. Dang, she's got some funny tasting hats.
Ooh, Isabella Deste, age 550, gender female, origin Renaissance. Yeah, I love that has length. My body is starting to hurt, though.
I think you should get along quite well then.
Walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me much.
Alright, let's see the client. Isabella d'Este was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea Mantegna, and Michelangelo. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. She comes from a highly aristocratic background but has endured considerable family issues through the generations. She states that she is undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have both been meaningless. Suggestion: be exceedingly polite. Okay, we shall do that. Bye, Anna. Appreciate you hanging on out with us. Anastasia's grandmother, yeah.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her.
If you say so.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You are not alone, but I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel. Oh, and do be polite.
The bat is here.
Goodness. So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone so rugged.
Sam Wall's at your service, ma'am.
You are a therapist.
Well, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse. You may call me Senora.
Signora. Oh god, these are Senora.
Alright, Senora.
Senora? Must you assault my ears with your Neolithic grunting?
Oh god, was none of them right?
I'm doing the best I can.
Look at the top of her head. What about it? What's wrong with the top of her head?
Then speak properly. Repeat after me. Signora. Say it.
Signora.
Signora.
Signora. Signora.
Signora?
Porca miseria. This is not going to be easy, is it?
Signor may have been a better choice because of the Y. Oh, maybe.
Therapy ain't never easy, Senora.
So, therapy is always easy then?
I said it ain't never easy, Senora.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Oh, God.
Not, I guess.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Signora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Italians and their pronunciation.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
She doesn't like our Americanized dialogue.
I'm just here to help, Senora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time? Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
So what's it off this feeling that you're a corpse?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Hey, I love the cinema.
We can bond with her over movies, we can bond with her over actors, or we can bond with her over Hollywood glamour. She knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. It's because the southern drawl makes pronunciation so hard, which probably annoys many non-Americans. True, true. Susie, I don't know if she'll understand Hollywood glamour, though, because she's Italian, and, like, she seems much more, like, old world in that sense. Like, I feel like bonding with her over movies, period, would be a good way to go.
Well, not many of our kind are movie buffs. What are some of your favorite films?
I would hesitate to say favorite, but there are some films that are more acceptable than others. For instance, Beneath the Velvet Dusk, or In Search of Sadness, are engaging explorations of the mortal condition.
Oh, I ain't heard of them. You ever seen The Three Stooges?
Utter vulgarity. I do not waste my time with such nonsense.
Sir.
Alas, these Stooges 3 would be preferable to the abomination I saw at the cinema that made me realize just how dead I am. It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
Watch it be Avengers Endgame or something.
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
This film was not powerful. It was meaningless. It said nothing. did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible.
She's a fan of Sathan. I mean, if this is taking place in 2024, 5 years prior would be 2019. So what movies came out in 2019, y'all? Italians also known for being overdramatic.
And the audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind. I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Spacewalker.
No! 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 It's fucking Star Wars! Oh my god. And of course, because they can't copyright it, it's Space Wars Rise of the Spacewalker. She said it so seriously. Applaud to the actress who had to read this line straight-faced. She's a woman of culture. Space Wars. Oh my god, that was good. That was so good.
Well, wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Oh my god.
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
Sam, don't challenge a lady on this.
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art.
Anaconda Spacewalker is my favorite Star Wars character. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. That was good. That was good. Applaud. We love my mods.
But the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush.
I really like Devil Vinder. Forget don't challenge a lady. She's a lady and Italian. Sam likes his coffin made of concrete at this point.
This stinking trash. This is what the people want. You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
Okay, I think this is Nosferatu thinking. Like, it's the black and white situation. I think this is what it is.
You don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here. But let's go back to what you were saying.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power?
Don't stay too long in there.
Now.
Andrew, thank you for the lurk. I think it's either control fallacy or disqualifying the positive. It might be, I think it might be the positive. Yeah, I think it might be control fallacy.
All the world benefited? There's a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
But I could, once upon a time.
You can't reach everybody, Senora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my despair.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called great masters.
We only know what we know. But you were saying.
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
Oh, come on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
I want one of those coasters.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's efforts to cheap commodities.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth.
Should statement.
You're saying art should have meaning and purpose, but does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
It is a pointless reason.
Well, maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
Perhaps you should.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Which is speak like a peasant.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
Feel attacked. I'm literally drawing right now. Ooh, what you drawing, Luna?
Now, why have you gotta go and call yourself names?
They are not names. They are my reality. I am a dead woman, and I am a corpse, am I not?
Is that all you are?
This is how I am defined by the world.
Seems to me you're the one using them names. Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse.
As you should be. Allow me to continue. You know, you make me sound rather mad. Like an old woman, railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all.
Oh, drawing sticker designs, different Pocky flavor boxes. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. And very cute as well. I hope it goes well. What flavors are you currently drawing?
You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're gonna be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
What happened when you were 16?
I got married.
Oof.
I think I get it.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Thank you. I've got strawberry, matcha, cookies and cream, and classic chocolate. Nice. Well, I hope it all goes well. Sounds really cute.
Well then, help me understand.
Frankie, my husband, he taught me the meaning of disappointment. He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty, the spiritual. They were all fiction. But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all.
My condolences, Isabella. Yeah, really.
Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
You mean being nudists? You mean being Italian? You mean being vampires, which is, I think, what the answer they're going for here.
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural. All this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God. But it does give us more time to find the path.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
Winters wants a word with you. I'm thinking should statement. Yeah, I'm thinking should statement. Not complaining about the music. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe she'll do that soon. Who knows? The word should is not used. It doesn't have to be used nor for it to be a should statement. As here, examples, I'm a vampire, should live in a castle. When you're in a gang, the gang needs to be your family and no one else. A cowboy must never show fear. So it's, no, I don't want to close that. With arbitrary rules and how things should be, so not necessarily, have to say should. Oh, nope, that was wrong.
It seems that godliness is a pure binary for our dear Senora, isn't it, Samuel?
Oh, so Nosferatu thinking.
I reckon.
So what happens if we don't become the greatest souls possible?
So cool that we got to see, like, what that looks like. Has to be done versus what you really can do, right? Yeah.
Then godliness is denied to us, as it should be.
So either we ascend or we're nothing, huh?
I am glad to hear you are not as foolish as you look.
Oh, let's be honest, Senora. Plain folks like me ain't got aspirations of being as good as Jesus Christ. Ain't he supposed to be a forgiving sort anyway? Let's just get back to what you were saying.
I like ascending, to be honest.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
Control.
You've been around a while, Senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right? Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
An evil thought, Mr. Sam Walls, but true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Let's keep going.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
I think the positive, or no.
The world is very dark to our dear Senora, is it not, Samuel? I did not know my own life was so devoid of meaning.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
So a should statement? No.
The world is very dark to our dear Senora, is it not, Samuel? I did not know my own life was so devoid of meaning.
Andy creeping in the background.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead.
Hold up just a sec there, cowpoke.
Yeah,
you really
thinking.
think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
I love how it doesn't punish you if you get it wrong. I really like that.
I do not poke cows. Do I look like a farmer?
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
Is this also Nosferatu thinking? No.
Our esteemed client is very good at coming up with names for others, isn't she? Perhaps you can call...
I have always known the people have become...
Sounds to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden. Is that all we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features. Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
Yeah.
Well, sure, why the heck not?
I am glad you are not the gatekeeper, then.
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
Should stay.
I think this here's the meat of it, Senora. The filet mignon.
Filet mignon. No. No. Sir. Bone apple teeth, anyone? I do love a filet. I do love to cop a filet.
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
Here's the thing, Senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
Great, no. Great,
Sounds
yes.
like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me?
Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won. That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life. Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction. When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God.
I see. So you've lost your faith?
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body. Beauty and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they create space wars to leech our money and our vitality. And to think they call me judgmental while they created the false ideal to judge against. You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
Oh, so we have to call her out. Yes, absolutely. You're doing nothing but judging. I've never seen anyone judge more than you. We got Judge Judy up in this house right now. She's not as judgmental as Drain. True, Drain does have some other shit going on.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you.
Welcome to therapy, where you want to hear what you want to hear, but really just get called out.
Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself. I know you got raised with all them high ideals, so of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are gonna be.
This is not acceptable.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
But the world is base and unworthy.
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
Isabel just called us based. She did.
Thanks, I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Why is it always exactly 4 weeks?
Yes, indeed, Senora.
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly by then.
Good bot.
Well done, Samuel. I believe you handled Senora Deste quite well.
Yeah, it replies when you say good bot. Like, it has to be good bot, like, on its own, I think.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
That I believe.
The older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I will not stand for it. I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would. I think you deserve a night of hard drinking.
Hard drinking.
You don't need to tell me twice. All right, Andy. I'll see you later then.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight.
All right, we're gonna finish the night and then we'll be done. Because I am tired.
Rest in peace.
Hey, that's it. Wow, that's actually it. Thank you for playing the preview of The Vampire Therapist. In the full game, you will treat clients from different historical eras, drink from lots of goth necks, learn mindfulness meditation, sit in a chair made by a famous carpenter / deity, treat a historical child actor, and much more. Wow, hey, it's the kink room. It is the kink room. Hey, we love to see it. So chat, don't be afraid to wishlist this game on Steam. I actually do want to look up when this game is slated to come out. It is slated to release July 18th of this year, so that's very exciting. So it's going to be right around the corner, in a little over than a month from now is when the game is going to come out. But yeah, I really like about this game that, one, there's voice acting. So if you're a streamer or someone who likes to, Susie, you accidentally closed stream. You got so excited about the kink room. What I really like about this game is, especially if you're a streamer of any sort, you don't have to read the voices. It's all voice acting. The voice acting is really, really well done. Like, the talent is just amazing. The artistic designs of the set pieces are really good. The way that they're going about, like, the different therapy lessons with people is also really cool, and how we're seeing different aspects of different people. Like, the 2 clients that we saw, they're both different from each other in terms of, like, what they're facing, but it's similar concepts. And I love the humor of the game, and that it's not afraid to have that, like, dark humor or be, like, a little bit more seductive with the content, because it is supposed to be a little bit more mature. So I think it's really cool, and, like, the biggest thing that I love about this game is that they consulted therapists, so it's an accurate showcasing of therapy and the different tactics that therapists may use when working with clients, along with the thought patterns as well, because that is also such a big thing. And I really hope that this game, for people who do therapy or don't go to therapy, or maybe be struggling with some of these concepts, can kind of learn and be able to spot these on their own. Like, as the game said, this is not a replacement for therapy, but it can help people start to identify those patterns even before they attend therapy, or even while they're attending therapy. Looks like a combo of the cat owner dad and Hot Topic dad from Dream Daddies. I want to play this when it comes out. Yes. Yeah, it is really cool, and I really love it, and the music's really well done. I will try to play this game when it comes out. I might wait a little bit, because we have some other games on the docket that we have to do first. But, with that, I switched over too soon. With that, thank you, Steam, for watching me play. I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget to wishlist this game because it's coming out soon, and I hope you enjoy it as well. This is Aaron Gray, signing off. Okay, I am sending that over as a VOD to go up on Steam. Yay! So thank you all for that, and I'm hoping you all really enjoyed that. I had fun playing it. Like I said with the outro there. Hi Cole. So I just did that little outro for Steam purposes. I can get out of character now. Yes, everyone, breathe and relax. Okay, we are out of character. Before we head on out, I'm gonna quickly adjust my camera settings real quick. Because I adjusted these settings earlier when it was light outside, and now it is dark. So my face is dark. Okay, I'll have backlight back on. Yeah, I'll have that on. Yeah, I just might need to make that my thing a little brighter, which is okay. It dork. I just might have to make my white light a little brighter because I do have it pretty tame right now. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And as a reminder for the upcoming stream schedule, so tomorrow night at 4:45 p.m. Eastern is when we're gonna go live in preparation for the Summer Games Fest, which is gonna be happening at 5 p.m. tomorrow night. There are bingo cards in the Discord server, so if you would like to do bingo and make your own bingo card, you can, but you're not obligated to. We're just gonna be watching some trailers and maybe pissing on Jeff Keighley a little bit. Sunday is gonna be a continuation of Spider-Man 1 Remastered going into Act 2. Monday will most likely be Mythract, which is another demo for a game. It's about an hour long, so we might get to play some Drudge afterwards. And then Tuesday will be an earlier in the day stream of Dead by Daylight with the wonderful Jams, aka James. Susie before Grey goes AFK has Scorpion Daddy at the end of the new season you can get into. I'll bring the tomatoes. Cole's gonna bring the tomato. Boo! Eating tomatoes. I love when Olivia comes in here and it's like boo tomato. Okay, so let's see if mods have any raid targets. If not, it's okay. They do not, which is okay. That's fine. I know we can raid somebody on my list. It's okay. We were invested in Zaddy. Okay, so it's okay. Let's see.
Had enough in there.
Thank you for the unlurk, Andrew. I hope your lurkies were good. Let's raid over to Brendan. We haven't raided over to him in a while. Let's raid over to him. To hymns. He is playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Wow, the cheer icon does look different. Oh goodness. Okay, yes, Brendan. Yeah, glad you were able to stop by too, Luna. I appreciate you. And yeah, we will be live for a couple days next week. So I hope y'all can stop by, but if not, that is totally okay. You're more than welcome to join the Discord server to know when I go live. And you can always bring your friends. There is the Discord, and then here are the raid messages. We do have one for followers, and we do have one for subscribers. So feel free to use that as we go over to Brendan's channel. Brendan is a wonderful variety streamer here on Twitch. Plays more often than not, more multiplayer games, but he does dabble into single player games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And he is beginning chapter 13. So if you are a Final Fantasy fan, that is where he is in the game right now. But with that, I hope you all had a wonderful time. Thank you again for stopping on by, hanging out, chatting, lurking, giving bits, cheering, subscribing, whatever suits your boat. Just so you know, I think in most places around the world, the Twitch tier 1 subs are going to be changing price. If that is ever too much money, please know that you are never obligated to give to my channel. You can always become a member on Ko-fi. I do get more of a split on Ko-fi, but if the Twitch subs get too much, feel free to subscribe on Ko-fi. You just won't get ad-free or the emotes, but in case that ever becomes a thing that you're worried about, you can always give on Ko-fi, and that would still help the channel. But with that, we're going to raid on out to Brendan now, so I appreciate you all hanging out, and I will see you all real soon. My name is Aaron Gray, Core Variety streamer, signing off.